Hello everyone. In today's session, we are going to discuss about pointer arithmetic. Let us see what actually meant by the pointer arithmetic. A pointer arithmetic can be defined as it is a valid set of, we are going to talk about a valid set of arithmetic operations. Arithmetic operations that can be performed, arithmetic operations that can be performed on pointers. This is about the definition of pointer arithmetic. Now, basically, we are going to see the arithmetic operations, addition, and second one, mainly, we're talking about subtraction. Other than these pointer arithmetic or arithmetic operations, we can also perform comparison operation, but it's not comes under pointer arithmetic. Under pointer arithmetic, mainly we're talking about addition and subtraction. Under addition, so what are the addition operations we are going to perform that we will see? Are all the addition operations are possible or all the subtraction operations are possible? That we are going to see one by one. First, we are mainly talking about the addition and subtraction, which comes in the pointer arithmetic. After that, we go for the comparison operators that are going to perform on the pointers. So first, let us talk about the addition. First, we are going to discuss about the addition. See, under addition, the first thing we are going to talk about is adding an integer to a pointer. Mainly, we are talking about adding an integer to a pointer. Integer to a pointer. Let us take an example that we are declaring an array is equals to some values we are taking 10, 12, 15, and 16. These are the values. And you know this is the array representation, which consists of 4 locations, and the first value is 10, and second one is 12, and this is 15, and this is 16. And you know, assume that the starting address is 1000, and this is 1004, and this is 1008, and this is 1012. The array name is A, and you declare a pointer integer ptr star ptr is equals to ampersand of A. You can write star here or here after int. Now, take a variable ptr, right? And here we have stored the address of A in ptr, that is 1000. It is pointing to this base address 1000. That means A. Now, adding an integer to a pointer. For example, here we are saying ptr plus 1. It can be written as we discussed earlier, ptr is 1000 plus 1. 1 into, here you would write size of integer. That means 1000 plus 1 into, as we said in earlier classes, an integer is going to take 4 bytes of memory. That is our assumption. So here we are going to get the address 1004. Means we are moving from here to here. So PTR plus 1 means not the meaning of adding 1 to 1000, means not 1001 we are going to get. So we are moving to next location, right? Means we are going for the address 1004 whose value is 12. That is the logic. So how to access this element 12? By saying star of PTR plus 1. That means we are going to get star of 1004. The value we are going to get is 12. So this is about adding an integer to a pointer. Similarly, if you say ptr plus 3, if you say ptr plus 3, it can be written as 1000 plus 1 into, not here, ptr plus 3 into, right? 3 into size of int. That is, we are going to get 1000 plus 3 into 4, 12, and we are going to get 1012, right? When you say star of ptr plus 3, we are going to get star of 1012. That means the value we are going to get is 16. This is how we are going to perform arithmetic operation plus 1 and here plus 3. Just we are adding an integer, right? Now, one important thing is the question here arises is, assume that we have a pointer ptr1 and we have a pointer ptr2, Both are pointing to the integer array A, and here also ptr is pointing to the integer array A. Can you perform the addition on the both pointers ptr1 plus ptr2? This is very, very important question here. See, assume that we have ptr1 equals to, in this example we are taking here, ptr1 equals to, we are saying ampersand of a of 0. That means ptr1 consists of 1000, address 1000, and assume that we have ptr2, we are storing here ampersand of a of 3. A of 3 means how much? This is 0, 1, 2, 3. A of 3 means 16. Now, 1016. Now, if you add ptr1 plus ptr2, then what we are going to get? 1000 plus 1016. That means 2016 we are getting. 2016 is the address. This 2016 address pointing to which memory location? Where is the memory location that is available here? For what it is going to address, or what the memory location address is here? So this is not sure and this is not valid. So the important thing here you have to remember that both pointers cannot be added. Adding two addresses and getting the new address is meaningless. Where the 2016 is available here, there is no 2016 address here. So that's why what I mean to say that both pointers cannot be added. This is very, very important thing. But what we can do, we can add an integer to a pointer. That we can do. Now, after that, we can do other operations like the first one is we can perform the operation pre-incrementation. Pre-incrementation. Another one is post-incrementation. Post-incrementation. These operations can be performed. That means we can say ptr plus plus, or we can say plus plus ptr. It is valid. These are valid. But on the array name A, plus plus operation is not performed. Maybe it be pre-increment or post-increment, and pre-decrement and post-decrement. Those operations cannot be performed on array name. But if you use a pointer like ptr, then we can perform incrementation and decrementation. Now, first, for the addition arithmetic, we are going to talk about both pointers cannot be added. And important thing is we can add an integer to a pointer and we can perform incrementation like pre-incrementation and post-incrementation. For example, we are talking about the pre-incrementation. Pre-incrementation. Under pre-incrementation, we can say ptr plus plus, and we know that ptr consists of the base address ptr plus plus in the sense ptr is incremented by 1. For example, in the previous example, we have given this, right? Now, if we write, for example, star of ptr plus plus, what we are going to, already we know, in the previous example, we have taken the values 10, 12, 15, 16, right? 10, 12, 15, 16, we have taken these values. And here address, we said 1000, and here 1004, and this is 1008, and this is 1012, right? Now, already I said this is the array name A, and we said ptr equals to ampersand of A, or ampersand of A of 0. Now, when we say like this, star of ptr, how much? 1000 plus plus. See, the difference here is, assume here this is the variable whose value is ptr, and here first we are, the value is 1000. See, it is the post increment, right? Post increment in the sense first 1000 is assigned. 1000 is assigned. That means we are going to get first this value 1000, right? Star of 1000 equals how much? We are getting 10. After that only here this value is incremented by 1000 plus plus means 1000. It is incremented by 1 means it is moving to the next memory location. That means the value here is 1004, right? See, when we say star of 1000 plus plus, we are going to get only 12. In the next line, if you use again star of PTR here, then it is going to give the value star of 1004, means we are going to get the value 12. That's how we can perform this post increment operation. Now, what about the pre-increment? For example, if I say plus plus of PTR, in this case, first incrementation is done. First, assume that we have initial value 1000. First incrementation is done. Then we are going to get this 1004. So in this case, we are going to get 1004 star of 1004. We are going to get the 12. If you print again star of PTR also, we are going to get 12 two times. So this is how we are going to perform post incrementation and pre incrementation operation. This is the difference. Right now, coming to the subtraction, what we are going to see. Subtraction. Under subtraction, for example, can you say PTR minus 1? Right. We can subtract an integer from a pointer. This is valid. Right. Now, for example, just we have said that one array name. Assume that we are taking PTR equals to ampersand of A of 1. PTR equals to ampersand of A of 1. That means PTR equals to 1004. Right. As per the previous example, here we have taken, right? The example here we have taken this, right? Now, PTR equals to 1004. PTR minus 1 in the sense PTR is 1004 minus 1 into, again, same size of integer. That means 1004 minus how much? 4. That means we are going to get 1000. Means from the location A of 1, we are moving to A of 0. We are moving to the previous location. This is about subtracting an integer from a pointer. See, what about the decrementation operation? We can perform pre-decrement operation or post-decrement operation. These are also valid. See, we can say star of minus minus PTR. If you say star of minus minus PTR, if the PTR address is 1004, then 1004 is decremented by 1. That means we are going to point to the location 1000. Okay, now we are going to get the value 10. Right? When you use the variable like star of PTR minus minus, if PTR value is 1004, first it is going to retrieve 1004. That means it is going to give the value 12. After that, PTR is decremented and its value it is going to contain is 1000. This is the way of performing decrementation and post decrementation and pre decrementation on pointers. Now, the important thing you should remember here is if PTR1 is a pointer and PTR2 is also pointer, both are pointing to the same array. If both pointers are pointing to the same array, then only the subtraction is possible. Just now we discussed that the both pointers cannot be added, illegal, but the pointers can be subtracted. But only the thing is those pointers must point to the same type. So when the pointers are subtracted, what we are going to get is we are going to get the offset. What do you mean by offset? That we will discuss here. Just now we said an example that 10, 12, and we have used the values 10, 12, and another one is 15, 16. Here we are getting 15 and 16, and we said that this is 1000 and this is 1004, 1008, and this is 1012. In this case, for example, we are assigning PTR, assume that there is a variable PTR1, star of PTR1 equals to ampersand of, and you know this is A of 0 and A of 1, A of 2, and this is A of 3. Star of PTR1 equals to ampersand of A of 5. In this A of 3, sorry, it is not 5, A of 3, this is 3. How much? 1012. And you take another pointer, integer star PTR2 is equals to ampersand of A of 1. Assume that. In this case, what is the value here? 1004. Now, the meaning of PTR1 minus PTR2. That in the sense PTR1 how much? 1012 minus 1004. What we are going to get? 1012 minus 1004. You are saying that the value we are going to get is 8, right? But the thing here, what you have to do is after subtraction, you divide this by the number of bytes an integer is going to take. How many bytes an integer is going to take? 4. So divide by 4, what is the value you are going to get? 2. This 2 is nothing but offset. This value is given by the pointer subtraction. What do you mean by 2? From 1012 to 1004, the distance is 2. The distance is 2. Means you have to move how many locations backward from PTR 1 to PTR 2? 2 locations. So how to get this? So see here, 1 and 2. Or we can say this is 3 and this is 1. If you observe the index 3 and this is 1. 3 minus 1. How much? 2. So this distance is this 2. This is the output we are going to get when we subtract the pointers like this. This is about pointer subtraction. After these pointer arithmetic or the arithmetic operations, another operation we can perform on pointers are comparison operators. Comparison operators. See, when both pointers, you take PTR1 is one pointer and PTR2 is another pointer, both are pointing to the same array, then we can perform all the comparison operators less than and less than or equals to, greater than or equals to, and equals to and not equals to. All these comparison operators can be performed on the pointers. For example, you are going to assign, you compare the values like is PTR1 equals to PTR2, or we can say is PTR equals to some value, assume that null. Okay, so we have seen some pointers, right? Null pointer, void pointer. The important thing I want to say here is the pointer void, or we can say the void pointer, is also known as generic pointers. Please remember this word, generic pointers. So here, what I want to say is we can perform all the comparison operators on pointers. The only thing is both pointers must point to the same array. That is very, very important. With this, we have completed the pointer arithmetic as well as other operators or comparison operators that also we can perform on pointers. So with this, I'm going to close the session. Thank you for watching.